This was the most uninhibited girl he had ever met. Without even asking whose chocolate it was, she casually broke off a piece and popped it into her mouth. The man sitting across from her looked puzzled. Wasn't that supposed to be mine? He suddenly pulled the chocolate closer to himself and picked up a piece to eat. The girl glanced at the chocolate, then at the man, a mischievous smile curling at the corner of her lips. And so, piece by piece, they took turns eating. Until finally, both of them couldn't help but laugh. While the girl was on the phone, the man took out a notebook and sketched her likeness. Just then, the girl's stop arrived. As she got up to leave, the man casually remarked something friendly. After she left, he absent-mindedly reached into his pocket only to realize something shocking. The chocolate had belonged to the girl all along. He suddenly felt incredibly foolish, but fate had its own plans. Not long after, they met again.
Make my chocolate bar.
See, I also purchased the Echo Bar.
The man gifted her the drawing he had made. The girl adored it. After introducing themselves, the girl once again reached her stop. As the man turned away in disappointment, she called out to him.
Cameron? Here.
When he flipped over the drawing, he saw that she had left her contact information on the back. The man's name was Martin. The girl's name was Bobby. From that day on, they became lovers. Eventually, they got married and had a beautiful baby together. But life isn't always smooth sailing. One night, in the middle of the night, Martin suddenly collapsed. When he regained consciousness, he quickly shut the door, afraid Bobby would see him like this. A few days ago, he had been diagnosed with terminal cancer. Not wanting to break his wife's heart, he had kept it a secret. Desperate, Martin sought out a doctor, who told him about a new technology, a way to clone a human body. The clone could take his place and continue being with his wife. It wouldn't just look like him, it would have his exact physique, memories, and even personality. And most importantly, the clone would be free of his illness. Everything about it sounded perfect. But for Martin, it was a cruel fate. From the moment the switch happened, the real him would be forgotten by the world. He would spend the rest of his days alone in the hospital, waiting to die. Even his ashes would be scattered into the ocean by hospital staff, his existence erased. In the end, Martin signed the agreement. Soon after, he met his clone for the first time. He was stunned. There he was, lying still, his own face, his own familiar pores. But he knew this wasn't truly him. If he went through with this, his family would be living in a carefully constructed lie. He couldn't accept that. In the end, he decided to back out. The doctor gave him one last chance. He could spend a week with the clone before making a final decision. If he agreed, all of the clone's memories of being created would be erased. The switch would be clean, no deception, no trace of the truth left behind. Back home, Martin discovered that his wife was pregnant again. He couldn't bear the thought of his child growing up without a father. In the end, he made his decision. The clone would take his place and protect his family. He told Bobby he had to go on a business trip. Then, he quietly returned to the hospital.